Well, hello folks. Today in cabin cooking I'm going to do an old Italian dish from what they called the cucina bianchi. It's a dish from the northern parts, the mountain parts of Italy, and during the war the Germans came and took all their game and they shot all the game and they took all their livestock, pigs, chickens, beef, whatever, and they had to figure out how to make delicious dishes from what they had. And in this dish we use Savoy cabbage, 7 normal sized potatoes, 300 grams of grained cheese, 2 big onions, 2 cloves of garlic, some butter, salt and pepper, and because I just love that, I'll throw in this 500 grams of pork belly. But let's get started. As you can see, I sliced them really thin. It's easier if you just flatten one side and then go from there. And I cut out the stems. We're going to put the Savoy cabbage in boiling water so they can get a bit soft, just for a minute or two. These have been in here for a couple of minutes. A minute and a half maybe. Leave them aside. And because I'm using a wood stove and it takes forever to get the water boiling, and I need to boil the potatoes as well, I reuse the water. These are going to pop in and boil for 2-3 minutes when they get boiling again. Yep, all the leftovers from peeling the potatoes and the leftovers from the cabbage and onions and all, it's going to go in the compost. Yep, drain the water. So you start up by buttering I had this on the wood stove for a couple of minutes so the butter melts. Ouch. It's warm. Then you start out laying potatoes, the first layer. Well, next layer, the cabbage, spread it out so it like covers. And then some of this with the grease. And I had salt in the water for the cabbage and potatoes, so I don't put a lot of salt between the layers. Now a layer of cheese. I had this many times in the past, but actually I quite forgot it, and it's so tasty. If you don't put meat in it, you can use it as you can use it for any kind of meat: chicken, beef, pork chops, whatever. It is really tasty. It's very cheap, and I was reminded of this dish because I saw the Savoy cabbage in the supermarket. I was down for milk, and I know someone think, isn't that too much? No, it's not, because I'm not adding anything but this. I think I'll give it a sprinkle of cheese here as well. You can do whatever you like. Last layer of Savoy. first layer of potatoes. And here we go, less cheese. And the last of this. And I'm going to stick these. I cut off the skin of the pork belly, and they're going to roast for the next hour or so, 50 minutes to an hour in the oven, in around 160, 180 degrees, something like that. Put the rest of the fat on top. And some dollops of butter. Yep. And I do think I'll just give it a small sprinkle of salt and pepper on top there. Just a little bit. So, into the oven for around an hour. Now let's see how hot it is in here. It's around 220 actually. So I'll leave the door open for a little while. Yep. Now it's down to around 150, so this can go in, and dinner will be ready in about 50 minutes to an hour. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, the onions are all blackened. But they taste so good. I've got stuff in my drink. Let's try one of these. Yeah, nice and crispy. Yeah, and look at this beauty. I got that, my daughters gave me 3 different types of this, made of olive wood. So let's try this. Oh, it smells nice. So an old Italian dish from the foothills of the Alps in northern Italy. And it's called, the dish is like this, called cucina bianchi. It's called that, the White Kitchen, because during the war all tomatoes, carrots or whatever, the army, the German soldiers took everything. So to survive they invented, amongst other dishes in the White Kitchen or cucina bianchi, they invented this. And it is, in spite of its cabbage and potatoes, it doesn't taste of cabbage, it just tastes wonderful. And it is because of, you know, of course, of the white onions and the cheese. That's the secret. Oh, and then some of this. I keep filling up. I think I started this like a year and a half ago, and as I said before, fermented vegetables, all kinds. It is really healthy, really tasty, and very good for the stomach. And I'm making a mess. Yeah. But who cares? So try this at home. Cheap food. This one here, 7 potatoes, half a Savoy cabbage, 300 grams of ground cheese, half a kilo of pork belly, 2 onions, 2 cloves of garlic, salt and pepper, and a little bit of butter. And I have food for at least 2 days here. So, cheap. Yeah, it's so good. Really good. Bye bye. See you next time. Remember, live free or die trying.